Hey, what is up guys? My name is Griefdrums and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Blitz and the recent hitbox changes that we've seen in patch 2.2.1. So if you're not yet aware, in the latest patch, patch 2.2.1, we saw a lot of changes to the operator's hitboxes within Rainbow Six. Now, every single operator has had a rework, and the way that the hitboxes work themselves has been completely changed. When the game first came out, the devs kind of wanted to take a look at things like ear defenders and stuff like that, and they were included within the hitbox. This didn't make a whole lot of sense, and as a result, they've decided to take them out, because characters like Blitz were pretty useless purely because of this. Their ear defenders would stick out of the side of the shield, and as a result, you would just get headshotted all the time from behind your shield, and it made no sense at all. So they've reworked it, they've changed it all, and now a lot of these operators that were pretty shit before are actually now quite viable. And I wanted to take a look at Blitz specifically, because for the longest time, people have been harping on about buff Blitz, he needs a rework, he needs something doing. And is this enough? You know, has what has been done enough to make Blitz a viable choice now? So I've started playing Blitz quite a lot just lately, and I never ever do that. I never go near shield operators really, purely because of the fact it's not really my playstyle. It's not something I enjoy doing. I'm not, you know, I haven't got anything against them, but it's just, it doesn't really suit the kind of player that I am. I prefer to be, you know, the point man or the one that's roaming, you know, something like that. So slower operators, unless it's Doc, I normally stay away from them. I'm starting to dabble a little bit more lately just because I want to make myself an all-rounded player. I want to be better at the whole game as opposed to just a couple of aspects of it. And I think, you know, it's one thing getting Diamond, but to be able to get Diamond and play as every single operator in the game effectively, then that is, you know, it just makes you a better player in general. If you know an operator's weak points, you can potentially exploit that when you're up against them. So if you know that, you know, Blitz is quite slow in certain aspects, or if you know you keep getting shot in your right hand, for example, it allows you to be able to exploit that on the attacking team when you're defending. So as I said, I've been playing Blitz quite a lot lately, and I've got to be honest, I've really been enjoying it. It's something new to learn, it's something different in the game for me, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. He is like the ultimate troll. I mean, being able to just flash people continually, not with your, you know, genitals or anything, but flash them with the shield. That is just so much fun to do. When you see the panic on the other team when they can't see anything and they're just like spraying wildly. And very often you'll see people just completely admit defeat and like just stand there or just lie down, or they run off and they think they're in a corner but they're actually stood in the middle of the room up against a table. It's just a hell of a lot of fun. One thing I did find, it took me a little while to get used to it, is that I would see an enemy and I would just automatically hit the flash and they'd be on the other side of the room. That took me a little while to sort of stop doing that. I don't know why I did it. You know, the amount of times that someone will be so far away that there is no way in hell your flash is going to do anything. And I would smash that button anyway. And as soon as I've done it, I think, what are you doing, you idiot? Wait till they're closer. And it's having, you know, to change an entire thought process to say, right, push towards them, make sure that your flank is covered, you know, if there's a hallway down to your right, make sure that there's no one down there, maybe by throwing a smoke or something. That can put them off maybe thinking that Glaz is going to be peeking them, and then push towards a single operator at a time. And by doing this, you can see people either start to back off to keep their distance, straight into the line of fire of one of your teammates, or alternatively, they start pushing towards you, which is ideal really, because the closer they are, the more effective your flash shield is. I did find that the sensitivity that I've been using, on Xbox, I'm keeping it quite low. It wasn't really working because as soon as you get meleeed, you can't flick to the right, so your shield is still covering the majority of your body. I did find that pretty frustrating, and having been playing a lot of PC lately, I find it really slow and sluggish playing on the Xbox now. So I've upped my sensitivity to like 75 or something like that at the minute, and it's taken a little getting used to. A lot of missed shots, but at the same time, it enables whole other opportunities. You know, Ash Zergs, where you can just turn and flick on people, are you know, a thing again now for me. And it's really interesting playing with the dynamics of the game, and depending on how you set up your character and your, you know, controller, it depends on how you can play the game. It depends what you can do. if you've got a really high sensitivity, your character moves differently to someone else. So if I turn to the right very quickly, the game struggles to keep up, which can really sort of play to your advantage, you know. It's almost like having a really high ping, you know. As you peek out, the game struggles to think, what the hell is this character doing? He's turned to the left, now he's facing the right, and it really sort of messes with it. It's quite interesting to see. But more to the point, is Blitz viable now? When you're playing against higher ranked players, I'll be completely honest, I don't think he will be. Yes, I've been able to get some lucky picks, and even some aces with people that don't really know how to handle him at the minute, because, you know, we're just used to not seeing him. How often do you see Blitz apart from in sort of casual games? Yes, every now and then a single person might take him on ranked, but I'll be completely honest, I haven't seen him for months. When the game first came out, he was one of the first characters that I bought, thinking, yeah, I want to be at the front, I want to push him with this flash shield, and after seeing that operator video, I was so hyped for him, only to find that you get absolutely destroyed really, really quickly. So, yeah, people are struggling to sort of figure out exactly how to deal with him now that you can't just hit his head. But at the same time, I think this is going to be negated really, really quickly. People are going to realise that his arm sticks out still. So you can light that up. You can light his feet when he's moving. When you're playing as Blitz, to stop people from hitting your arm, you do need to keep moving. You know, you can't just sit still and wait looking at people. It's not like Monty. So as soon as you start moving, your knee sticks out, your legs and feet very often show from behind the shield. So, although you're not going to get headshot, you can get taken out fairly quickly. Nevertheless, for the time being, he is definitely viable. He really is. As long as you sort of push in and face a single corridor at a time, knowing that if your back is going to be to a different corridor, you need to throw a smoke down there. And you obviously need to implement the fact that you need to be close enough to flash people. And then you need to wait, and you need to make sure that they are in fact flashed. Because you can normally tell from the accuracy of their bullets, if they start spraying wildly, they are blind. They are definitely blind. But just because their hand is across their face, they might not be. They might still be able to see. You've probably had it countless times when a flashbang comes out, and you can still see what the hell's going on. Yes, your vision is a little bit obscured, but you can still see. So, as a result, it's best to wait and see what the operator does. If you need to give him a second flash, do so. When I first started picking Blitz, we weren't actually in a full squad. We were not solo queuing, but there was only 3 of us together. And I was picking Blitz, and people were like trying to vote to kick me in casual. They were saying shit to me in ranked, saying, you know, why the hell are you taking Blitz? And I thought, just let's see what happens. Let's see. And I actually went and got an ace, and it was hilarious because I just cleaned up the entire enemy team. And you just think, right, well, wind your neck in, you know? It doesn't have to just be the same 5 operators every single time. The meta of the game is changing constantly, as we know, and although we haven't had any new operators this season, the changes have tweaked a lot of characters. Ashe's hitbox, however, I don't think has changed a massive amount, but I'm going to be conducting some tests over the next few days, and I'm hopefully going to upload some footage of that so you can see exactly what sort of hitboxes we're looking at now. It should just be the human body. With Ashe, she had nothing really that stuck out. Certainly not on her head or her shoulders or upper body, really. She's got no baggy clothes, no massive ear defenders. And everyone always complains about her hitbox. So it's going to be interesting to see as time goes on if any of the other operators really stand out as having a terrible hitbox now. But I guess only time will tell. What do you think of these changes? What do you think of Blitz? Do you think he's viable now? Do you think he's a good operator? Or do you think he's just going to, you know, pale in insignificance to some of the bigger operators like, you know, Thermite, Hibana, Ashe, you know, the mains that people take in the pro leagues and stuff like that? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I just want to take a moment to apologise if I'm not replying to comments as much as I normally do. I know I try and get in touch with everyone as soon as they comment, because if you guys take the time to get in touch with me, it's only right that I speak back to you. And I enjoy that aspect of this. Unfortunately, the app that I've used for the longest time to do that, which doesn't count towards views on my channel, because obviously I don't want to be viewing my own video and in turn getting in trouble with YouTube. The app that I use is now buggered up, you know, it's not working. So I'm getting really frustrated with it, and it means that I actually have to log onto the computer, go onto YouTube, go onto my channel, and it's a hell of a lot longer process. I can't just do it as and when comments come in throughout the day. While I'm at work or something like that, it should be working. So instead I have to dedicate, you know, an hour or two to try and catch up with all the comments in an evening. And in between trying to fit in gaming and editing and now PC gaming as well, streaming, it's really, really difficult to get in touch with everyone. So I am reading your comments. Please don't think I'm not. And, you know, I am trying to get in touch with people, but it is a bit of a nightmare. So please bear with me for the foreseeable future. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not being an arsehole and thinking I'm too big for my boots or anything like that. I really do appreciate all of the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the dislike button and let me know why down in the comments below. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay reckless and relentless.